Well, hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Stanley Parable. In this episode, we're checking out the Out of Bounds ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
To do
Stanley
this,
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
ending, you'll see
No
that.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Thanks for the information, Mr. Narrator. You're going to come up to 434. If you get on this chair just right, you should be able to get from here. And then you can shift over, get over, and you get over here. From here, you can get onto the window and go out of bounds.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Sure, let's say yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just there. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become unbearable.
Okay, I think we're gonna end it here. That's not the end of the episode. That's just, we got, like this is technically two endings, same sort of thing. So let's come back in here, go to the same place again. You gotta get up onto this chair. It's very weird how you get up onto it. You control over, and let's come back outside.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Are we sick of this gag? No, not really.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, this is, Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Now we've already looked. As far as I know, you can go back to the yes option and it won't change anything. And yeah, that's the out of bounds ending. That's basically it. It's a very self-aware ending. But I'll see you all in the next episode. Until then.